Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Hi, I'm John Malos. Welcome to this special edition of Connect with Me here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Christmas Eve. Hey, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody. Happy Hanukkah if you're celebrating Hanukkah. Today is a special tape show. Sorry, no phone calls. We're going to tell you how to avoid scammers this holiday season. We're back with our special program here on Comcast 187, 43.6 and 13.1. Welcome back to the program, a special edition of Connect with Me as mentioned here just a couple of seconds ago. This is a tape program, no phone calls, our special holiday edition. Hope you're having a very happy and a healthy holiday season as we approach Christmas tomorrow, of course, and then it'll be New Year's before you know it, 2015. You're watching us on Comcast, channel 187, 43.6, now 13.1. Hey, you can catch the replay if you so choose at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on this Christmas Eve at 13.6, and then at 8 o'clock again tonight before you open up all those presents, or maybe you do it in the morning, who knows, at 13.5, that would be Biz TV. Well, 'tis the season, my friends. 'Tis the season for those scammers to try to take advantage of you, your friends, and your loved ones. Today we're going to try to talk to you about and try to educate you on how to avoid being scammed in every way, shape, or form. We're going to talk to 2 members of the Fresno area Better Business Bureau. I want to put tip number 1 up on the screen and talk a little bit about this. Here are some of the issues that we're going to discuss on today's program, like, for example, online shopping. Is it a risk? How much of a risk? And how do you protect yourself? You've got to do your homework by researching the company that you're buying from. Make sure the website is secure. Hey, is it credit versus debit? Which one is better? And of course, using secure networks and websites is also very important. Also, think about online dating. Are they really looking for true love, or are they looking to reach into your wallet? You're looking at a photo of Diana L. Guerin. She is one person who was scammed by an online dater. She's written a book about it. We'll talk about that. Who is the real man behind the screen? How to protect your heart and your money. Live in our studio right now is Gabriela Mendoza and Lilia Rudon. They are both from the Fresno Area Better Business Bureau to try to educate us on how to keep the scammers at bay, keep them at arm's length so they can't get your information, your social security number, your credit card number, and also just try to avoid falling prey to anyone. A special program here on Connect with Me on Comcast, 187, 43.6, 13.1. Sorry, my friends, no phone calls on this day, but happy holidays. You're watching us on this Christmas Eve. Back in just a moment.
This fall, there is a place, familiar and inviting, timeless and warm. Me TV, a place all your own that you can call home.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
This fall, home is where you'll find me.
You mean to tell me that's all there is to it?
That's all.
Me TV Fresno, channel 43.6 and Xfinity 187.
Back here on the program, you know, this program today is no joke, ladies and gentlemen, because if you've ever been scammed, you ever had your social security number stolen, your credit card number stolen, your identity stolen, oh my goodness, it can be a nightmare. Gabriela Mendoza and Lilia Rudon are here from the Fresno Better Business Bureau. Welcome to the program, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, or Happy Hanukkah, whatever the case may be. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for having us, John.
Oh, good. You look like you're dressed for the Christmas holiday season.
We try.
Yeah.
We're getting ready.
Getting ready, and you're trying to avoid being scammed yourselves, right?
Correct. Yes.
That's rule number one. Hey, I want to talk about this. We've got 10 points of contention here that we're going to put up on the screen, but we're going to do it slowly and surely here, and as promptly as we can, and in a way that you can try to understand it here, because it is a complex issue. Let's put up what we just put up in the monologue just a few minutes ago. We'll go into this in depth. Either one of you can pick this up. Okay, online shopping kind of goes, am I too far out there in saying, hey, it goes without saying, be secure and be careful online? I mean, do we really have to say that, or are there some people out there that just don't know that?
I think some people don't know, John, because it seems like it's just common sense to do so. But for example, when shopping online, do people know what to look for when they're putting in their financial information, their credit card numbers? Do they know that the URL should contain HTTPS, which means secured, or look for that lock in the URL box or at the bottom of the page? Some people don't know that. That's why I think it's important for us to emphasize that.
Well, let's keep that up there for a while, because we're going to go over these point by point. So you're saying to be on a secure site, you've got to do what again?
Whenever you're shopping online, whenever you're making that purchase and you hit that page where it's asking you for your financial information.
Right, your credit card number.
Your credit card number. You want to make sure when you look in the URL box.
URL?
The address box.
Okay.
Where the website
gotcha.
name is. Yeah. It should say HTTPS. That extra letter S means it's a secure, that the company went extra and paid a little more to make sure that that website is secure.
Why do we have to do that, Gabby? Why does it make it more secure to do that?
Because they went, like Lilia said, they took the extra step to purchase or make sure that their website is secure for their customers.
Okay.
Because they know of everything that's going on
so
with
that
identity.
makes it more secure?
It does.
Absolutely. Another thing is to look for the lock, either again in that URL box where the address is, or on the bottom of the page. If you see a lock which is locked, again, it's just a sign that the website is secure. Another way you can look at it is if you right-click on a page on the side and you look at the page info, it will say encrypted. Again, the provider of the web page went extra and took extra measures to make it for hackers a lot harder to get all that information.
It's not that they can't get in, but it's going to be more difficult.
A lot harder. Absolutely, you're correct.
Right. Okay, let's go over this point by point now. We have some subtitles here under point number 1, online shopping. Research the company with the Better Business Bureau. How do you research that company? What are you supposed to do? Contact the Better Business Bureau and ask them?
Absolutely.
What if it's a company that's across the country or across in Asia someplace? Can you research that for the customer?
Because we have 112 BBB locations nationwide.
Okay.
That means the BBB is everywhere, and if a company is located outside of your state, you can always reach out to a different BBB. We have a database of all companies, and you can definitely go online, put the company's name, and look at its review. That's what BBB does.
We have a website, and it's called bbb.org, and on that website, as soon as you punch in your zip code, it'll take you to the BBB that's nearest to your home. So if you're looking for a company that's local, obviously it's going to take you to your local BBB's website. If you're shopping online or you're just shopping from a store that's out of your state, it'll take you to that BBB that's located in that state, and then it'll start searching for the company.
Okay. What if the company is located, say, in Asia or Russia or Europe someplace? I mean, are they still going to be able to
find information?
Find information about that company, how old it is, how many employees they have, how secure it is?
Well, if we don't have a BBB in that area, then what they can do is they can call the BBB, talk to us about the purchase that they're trying to make, and if we don't have information on that specific company because it's just not in our service area, or we just don't have a BBB, we can give them tips or ask them questions about the company, and check, just kind of get a sense of the company and what are they trying to get from the customer.
And essentially, if you're not sure about the company, don't buy from them, right?
Well, you want to make sure the company is licensed properly, and that's why when they call and we don't have information on a company, we ask what type of business it is.
All right. Let's go to point B here on number 1, and that is make sure that the website is secure when giving financial information. I think we kind of talked about that already. At least you did, Lilia, in the beginning, by having at the top of the screen, checking the website address and making sure that it says what again?
The URL contains HTTPS. That S stands for secure.
HTTPS.
Usually, if an unsecured website will not contain the letter S.
All right, here's a good question. Do you use your credit card or debit card? Which one is safer?
It's safer to use your credit card. It's a really good question. Some people don't ask that question and they don't know the answer to that. Why credit card is safer? Because it gives you more protection. There are laws in place, federal laws, that protect a consumer who uses a credit card. There are things that credit card companies have to do when a consumer has been defrauded. For example, if a consumer has fraudulent transaction on their account, if they were using a bank account and they didn't catch that within, let's say, 30, 60 days, some banks will not reimburse because they give you time limitations when you can catch that. With credit cards, there are no time limitations. Again, it's different from bank to bank and from credit card company to credit company, but generally it's safer to use a credit card.
Okay, so the last point of contention here would be D. That would be use secure networks. What does that mean, Gabby?
And that goes back to the website being secure.
Okay.
That goes back to that. So just make sure, again, reinforcing the website secure, and most importantly, check the company out. You want to make sure the website's secure by checking to see if the HTTPS and all of that. But you want to make sure the company that you're dealing with is somebody that you can trust. Checking them out on our website. Check them out. Check out their history. Check out to see if they have any complaints, any negative information, just to make sure who you're dealing with.
Have you ever heard, and we got to go to break here, but I want to ask you about, because a lot of people use the website StubHub to buy tickets, whether it be for a sporting event, concerts. Is that a relatively safe site to purchase tickets on with your credit card?
What they could do
Have you heard anything about StubHub? Good or bad?
If a consumer has question about a particular company, they can always call us or go online and look at. We provide free background information on a lot of companies. We don't have all, but if they have questions about a specific company, they can definitely do that.
But StubHub is so widely known and so widely used by so many millions of people across the country for various sporting events and concerts. And other events that take place, that just wondering if the website is so popular, the more popular, the less secure.
No, not necessarily. That's why, like Lilia said, it's important to check out the company. We can't say it might be a popular business, a well-used website, but that doesn't mean that it's less secure. So when you're on that website, check to see if it's secure by the tips that we just provided.
HTTPS at the top.
And check out bbb.org to see what the BBB Business Review has to say about that specific company.
You can always go online and see what the Better Business Bureau is saying about StubHub.
Yes, you can call or you can visit our website.
Yeah, and I'm not singling StubHub out and saying they've done anything wrong. Quite the contrary. I'm just using that as an example because it's so popular. We see it in all the ads. We see it online. We see it on billboard advertisements at various stadiums around the country. So just asking about that one. Okay, we're talking with Gabriela Mendoza, Lilia Rudon from the Fresno Better Business Bureau, trying to give us some holiday tips here on how to keep those scammers at arm's length this holiday season. Back with our program here on Christmas Eve. No phone calls today. It's a tape program. We're back in just a moment.
The Ballad of Andy and Barney Andy and Barney were lawmen, bravest you ever did see. Warned every crook in the record book to stay out of Mayberry. They were the law.
Yes, they were the law, and they didn't know fear.
The Andy Griffith Show.
I guess to sum it up, you could say there's 3 reasons why there's so little crime in Mayberry. There's Andy, and there's me, and baby makes 3.
Now on MeTV Fresno.
Back here talking about how to be secure during the holiday season, and Gabby and Lily are here from the Better Business Bureau. Let's put up the second point here, and that's verifying company information. How do you do that? How do you verify company information if you want to purchase something from some website or something? How do you verify?
Well, if you're on the website or if you're in there in person, you want to, get the name of the, the address, the phone number, the contact. If you notice, some websites don't have much under their contact us page. Some have more, some have less. So what you want to do is whatever information you're able to retrieve, whether it's online or it's in person, you can call the company directly and just verify that that is their company, or you can call the BBB and verify and make sure everything matches is basically what you want to do.
Great, thank you. And Lilia, make sure that the company displays an address, a phone number, contact person, a fax, not just an email. Why is that information important?
Because there are a lot of companies that are not legitimate, especially online. They offer you products or that seem legit, but when you look at their contact me page, it only gives an email address. And if you either don't receive the item, or the item is not what you expected, or it's counterfeit, you have no phone number to call. You don't have a person you want to talk to. That email, you don't know who's going to be checking it, if somebody's going to get back to you. So you want to know a physical store location, just to know that they actually do exist. You want to have that phone number. You want to have that fax number. So whenever you have an unsatisfactory purchase, you can contact the seller.
Hey, let me ask you a question that really was kind of unplanned here today. How do you know if you've been hacked on Facebook or hacked in your email, and what do you do about it?
Well, sometimes you'll get that phone call or a text from a friend, and they'll tell you or ask you, hey, did you send me an email, or I just received an email from you, and it said, to click a link here, or you get friend requests, and you don't really know them. So a lot of the times by your family members or friends, and then that's when you start to investigate and, question it and wonder, well, I didn't send it, so then you look into it.
Yeah. Lily, you want to pick up on that?
I think I wanted to stress the point of if your email got hacked, and
how do you know if it got hacked?
Again, what Gabby said, you would you would send out emails that you didn't send to other people, and
they would let you know.
They would let you know.
Hopefully.
That is correct. Hopefully they will let you know. And the hackers, if they would try and hack other emails, your friends' emails, by sending out emails with links that they click. It's called phishing emails, and once they click on it, they can get either their computer will have malware, the keyloggers virus is where it gets into your computer, remains dormant for a while, and collects all your data, your passwords, all your logins, and then it just sends that to the hacker, and identities get stolen that way.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about gift card scams. We'll put that up on the screen there. Gift card scams. How rare is this, or how common is this?
They are very common. As you can see, gift cards are very popular. It's a really easy gift to pick up on your way out, last-minute gifts. So they're very, very common.
So what are the do's and don'ts of purchasing?
So one do you want to do for sure is when you're purchasing a gift card, you want to make sure if you're purchasing one that does not have a protective seal, you want to check on the back of the gift card and make sure that the protective the sticker or code is not scratched off. A lot of the time, scammers, what they do is they go to stores and they scratch off the codes, and sometimes they may be even following someone, or they just have that code handy, so when that gift card is purchased, they can just make a quick purchase.
Okay.
It's loaded, and they
go
make
ahead.
a purchase.
Go ahead.
That's one of the do's, so make sure you're checking that the sticker
What about
is not.
one of the don'ts?
The don'ts. We kind of talk to consumers about steering away from purchasing gift cards online, just because you don't know if it's a stolen gift card. It's just a little bit more risky to purchase gift cards online.
Okay. What do you want to add to this, Lilia? Anything?
Same what Gabby said about you want to make sure you buy your gift cards from a store. That's the safest location. Buying it off of a person that you can't be sure that the funds are there. If they say the amount is there, there's no way of verifying it right away. So just go to the store, make sure it's a safe place where you can purchase it.
How do you spot a fake one? How do you spot one gift card that say either has been planted there or is a fake gift card? How do you know the difference? They all look alike.
They all look alike, but like I mentioned, the little sticker, the code, if it's scratched off, you don't want to purchase that one.
But what if it's not? What if that's not the indicator? What if this code hasn't been scratched off, and it's mixed in with the other cards? You would never know that, would you?
And that's true. That's where it gets tricky. So that's why it's important when you're purchasing a gift card. If you notice it's not scratched, if it's sealed, if it looks legitimate, read the terms and agreements. Get a receipt from the store just in case you have a problem.
Will most stores like either CVS or any store, I just mentioned CVS, I don't know why that just came to mind, because I know you can buy gift cards there, but you can buy gift cards at Starbucks, Macy's, anywhere. Save the receipt. Will they reimburse you if that card is fake in most cases?
I believe some will. So one thing you can do when you're going to purchase that gift card is ask them. Read the terms and condition and ask them, if I purchase this gift card today and tomorrow I try to make a purchase and there's no funds because someone used the card number, what will the store do for me? Yeah. And if they answer that, try to get it in writing just in case you have a problem. You have something in writing.
Okay, we got to take a break here on Connect with Me on this Christmas Eve. I hope you are having a good one here at home, because, boy, the holidays sure came up fast. I have no idea where 2014 went. We're 2015 bound here shortly in about a week. Gabriela Mendoza's here. Lilia Rudon is here. They are both from the Fresno Better Business Bureau, trying to help you stay away from those scammers this holiday season. We're back with our tape program on this day in just a moment.
Frigidaire. It means the first electric refrigerator. The first compact electric range. Now, there's the Frigidaire Gallery Range with Symmetry double ovens. It's designed to cook multiple dishes at multiple temperatures, so you can prepare the entire meal at the same time. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Hey, my two guests are doing a fantastic job here today on Connect with Me. I want to compliment them, as most of our guests do, but they're trying to give you the best possible chance to win at all costs against these scammers this holiday season, or any season for that matter. My goodness, Gabriela Mendoza, Lilia Rudon, and so giving us good pointers so far. All right, checking all your bank statements. Let's put that up on the screen here. We all get bank statements, whether it's a checking or this. So, okay, I mean, shouldn't you be up on this already? I mean, usually those bank statements are a month old anyway, aren't they?
That is correct.
So why should you check them? For what? What do you check? What are you looking for?
You're looking for unauthorized charges, and just like you mentioned, we are already checking on our bank statements, but you want to make sure you're doing it on the daily. I mean, I check my statement every day, or even my bank account every day, just to make sure you don't see any unauthorized transactions as $1, $5 to even $10.
Yep.
Because once you start seeing that, that could be a sign of someone having your information.
Okay, so if you see anything amiss, anything out of order or out of place on your bank statement, that's a red flag, right, Lilia?
Absolutely, it is a red flag. Sometimes people, if it's a small charge and it's there for a reason, and it's small for a reason as well, people will kind of just disregard it for a while. It's not $100 charge. It's not $120. It's a $5 charge. But what it is that the hackers are checking if your account is live, if it's an actual account. It's a test. If you let that go and do not notify your financial institution, they will hit you for a really big amount of dollars the next time. Once they know that that's the numbers match, it's an actual account, they will go for the big money.
Okay, let's go to the next one, and that's small unauthorized charges of $10 or less, and put point number 4 up again there real quick. It's at the bottom, and what does that mean, those small charges? $10 or less means what?
It's exactly what I just said. It's a test.
It's referring back to what we just talked. You can't do anything about that?
If it's unauthorized, you can definitely go to your bank. They will look into that. You can file.
Do most banks kind of look at that and say, okay, we'll cut you a break on that? Most banks?
If you can show proof that you weren't the one who made that charge, it's not your transaction, they will refund you. And if you're telling them that somebody has taken your information and using it, they will automatically put a hold on your account. They will switch the cards. They will put a fraud alert. So most banks are proactive.
Should you get a bank that's FDIC? I mean, most are now anyway, all the big ones. FDIC.
If you could perhaps just give a little detail on that.
Well, it means you're guaranteed certain types of services, and you're guaranteed to have a certain amount of cash in the bank. They refund you. FDIC bank, like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, West America.
I think for that, it's really your preference, but definitely if that's a concern of yours, check, if before you go to a bank and open an account, check their terms and check what they're willing to cover for you if something like this were to happen.
Because FDIC, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Up to how much they are willing to cover you if you were to become victim of identity theft or something like that.
Because FDIC, I think the government guarantees you if somebody steals 10 grand out of your account or 5 grand or even 5 cents, they automatically reimburse you. It's guaranteed. So is that safer than going to a savings and loan, maybe?
We wouldn't be able to specifically say whether it's safe or not, but again, like I said, if it's something that your preference, you want to make sure you're covered, look into that bank and check to see what they're covering and definitely make your decision based on that.
Okay, go to point number 5 here. Quickly running out of time. Boy, we've gone through these very quickly. Refund and exchange policy at your favorite locations, like you go to the mall, you go to your favorite store, whatever the case may be, and you want to look at their refund and exchange policy because why? I mean, most of the time, look, you go to these stores and you're buying stuff for the holidays. You don't have time. You're in a rush. You're looking to buy for this person, that person. Who's got time to stop and look at the refund and exchange policy?
Right, I understand. I understand. Everyone's rush, it does. But especially right now with the holidays, you want to make sure, you're giving these gifts to your family and friends, so you definitely want to take that time. Right. Read the receipt, ask the store, what are your refund and exchange policies? Some stores, they give you a receipt that have 30, 60, 180 days. Some you may want to consider asking for a gift receipt if they only give, let's say, 30 days and you want an extension. So just take that little time and ask them exactly what your options are if that person were not to like the item.
So if you're buying something at Walmart or Target or Kmart or any of these places, Macy's, for example, I mentioned them before, make sure and read the fine print.
Correct.
But do most people avoid doing that?
Perhaps.
Do most people just say, the heck with it, I'm not going to read the small print? They're in a hurry?
I'm sure a lot of people miss that and they forget, but then that's when they have to realize, okay, if I don't take the time to do this, I may be in trouble later.
All right. Let's go to number 6 now. Secret shopper scams. I want to know what this one is all about. What are you talking about when you're talking about secret shopper scams? What it is and how it works. What is this topic about? What are you talking about here?
There are companies that actually have secret shopper positions. These are positions that they pay people to go into their companies and pose as shoppers to see what kind of customer service the company provides, just basically the operations of the company. Some of them are legitimate offers, but scammers, of course, as quick and as they are, they put their own spin on it. So what they do is they send people like packets from companies that they, for example, they can take a company and modify the name just a little bit to make it look legit. They send very like precise packets with information, with applications, and a fake check, which with the instructions of take the check to your bank, cash the check,
Really?
take the amount that is yours for your service, which is they call the service fee, or take the rest of the money, go into the store, purchase these items we need you to evaluate to see how they work, and the rest of the money, send it back to us.
How common is that?
It's actually very common, and people...
You don't hear too much about it.
Working at the Better Business Bureau, we hear a lot about this.
Well, you get the complaints, right? How many complaints do you get regarding the secret shopper scams? You're not
actually
sure. But is it a lot?
But it's a lot.
So it's a lot?
Yes,
it's a high
we can't put a number on it right now just because we would have to go back and look at the numbers. But it happens a lot. It happens often. And what the consumers don't know is that once that happens, once you take that fake check to your bank, they're not going to know right away unless it's completely and blatantly fake and it looks really bad. The bank won't know. So once you take the money that was on the check, and you use it for whatever you had to use it for, and you send the remainder back to the person, you're on the hook for that money.
You know what I hate is when you go into a store and somebody's standing directly behind you when you're trying to do your debit card, your PIN, or you're trying to write a check.
Yes.
I remember I went to a store one time and I just said, I'm not writing this check until that person behind me scoots over. Did I do the right thing?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes, because you never know who's standing behind you. I don't want anyone to be paranoid and like hide from society, but you never know who's standing behind, and you never know their intentions. They might be there pretending to be on their phone while all the while they're taking a picture of your credit card, getting that number and watching what the PIN is. It's that easy. Yes. That's all they need.
Yeah.
That's all they need. So when it comes to the secret shopper scam, it's very relevant right now.
Okay, got to take a break here. Young ladies, and doing a great job here informing us. And Gabriela Mendoza's here. Lulia Rudon is here. Fresno Better Business Bureau. They're on your side, my friends. They're not on the scammers' side. They're trying to protect you, not the scammers. We're back here on the tape program, Christmas Eve. Hope this is helping. We're back in just a moment.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Blair Looney is the head of the Fresno Better Business Bureau, and he's just been banned from the show. No, we're just kidding, Blair. We're kidding. But you're doing a great job. You know the information inside out here. So an email question. I know this show is taped, but we had like an email question here. Can your credit card really be read through your wallet? Somebody wants to know the answer to that. Can someone look at your wallet? I mean, unless you have a see-through wallet, how can they spot your credit card number? I've never heard of that one before. That's a new one.
It seems like from the future, right?
Well,
but
they got X-ray vision. Are they Superman? Can they see through your wallet?
With all the innovation of technology, I believe it is possible. Some kind of scanner that will read I think it's the magnetic strip that contains all your information. There is technology that can read that, and I know some people put it in their credit cards in special casings to prevent that.
Wow. All right, let's put up point number 7 here. Free is rarely free. If it's free, it's not really free. It's a scam, right? It's a scam, Gabby.
Yes.
I want to know what the scam is with this thing. What is going on here?
Well, we get a lot of phone calls, a lot of inquiries, a lot of walk-ins coming in saying, we had a door-to-door salesman, or we were at the mall, or, wherever they were located, and they were offered this free product.
Yeah.
And the catch is, I received a free product, but then I accidentally or somehow somehow signed up for a 5-year contract with this company for services, and all that goes back to is the fact that they're presenting a free item. Maybe it might be free to you in that moment, but you're actually getting looped into signing a contract.
Yeah, and giving your information, like a credit card number or your social security, which I don't give out over the phone.
Absolutely, and that's when the reading fine print comes in, because it's there for a reason. If it was just, it wouldn't be there if it was important.
Yes.
So whenever, especially with these free items, free offers, make sure you're going to read the fine print. You're not being locked into a huge contract, or the trial period will end in like 12 days and you will be charged for that item. that happens a lot.
That's amazing. So before I get to point 8, point 9, and point 10 here real quick, how many people get duped with that? I mean, are people really out there just not aware that they're scammers? You'd think in this day and age, people out there, and I don't know, what's the answer to that?
I think at some point everybody gets duped, and let's admit it. We all get duped at some point of our lives, and it's not because we're uneducated. It's not because we're stupid. It's because the scammers are really, really working hard. If they tried this hard at a regular job, our economy would be booming. But they chose to be scamming people, and they're innovative.
But free, I mean, anytime anybody tells me, oh, free, you have a free house, a free car, I'm going,
or
oh,
free
yeah,
vacation.
right.
We get a lot of those.
Really?
Free, free vacations, free trips. All you have to do is come, sit down, listen to what we have to say about our product, about our company, and we're going to send you and your wife to a marvelous cruise ship.
I get these calls once in a while from like Oregon. They say, oh, you've won a cruise to the Bahamas, and to claim your prize, you got to do. It's a recording that calls me, but I just hang up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way to go about it, because people get those calls, and whenever it's something like that you want something, a lot of people are skeptical, some believe it, but it could be always a scam.
Okay, let's go through these. Point number 8, the don'ts of the holiday travel season. So what's this one all about? What should you not do? I guess it's up on the screen.
Yes, exactly. And this is really popular, especially in social media, I want to say. And
for example, what you're talking about here on A is that if you're going to the Bahamas, for example, okay, don't get on Facebook and say, oh, hey, I'm going to be gone for 10 days. Well, now everybody knows that your house is empty.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And that's when they start to go to hell. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then don't put it on social media. Don't take photos every 10 minutes and, let everyone know the status of your traveling and when you're going to come back and all of that, because a lot of people get
broken into.
You come home to an empty house, basically, after your vacation. Not a fun time yet.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do that. I see that on Facebook, and
just be careful. Don't be
you might as well take a picture of your house and say, okay, here's my address, and I'm going to be gone from this address for like 10 days.
Feel free to come in.
Yeah, burglars are welcome.
Exactly.
And, Prop 47, now burglary, of course, is not a felony anymore. It's a misdemeanor, so what do they care? Anyway, so point number 9, ID theft prevention. Let's put that up on the screen. Some of the key factors here, you can see them on the screen, but you can pick up and talk about them.
I think we can start with what is an ID theft. It's basically if somebody takes your identity and uses for financial gain or to commit some kind of crime. That's what it is. And how you can prevent that is it's fairly easy, but you just have to be very consistent. For example, you always want to make sure you shred your documents. You never want to throw them away. People are going through your dumpsters. They're getting all your information, even if it seems not important, but that name, that address, they already have it. They do a little Google search on you. They find other stuff. They find your phone numbers. That's when the phone calls start. That's when they start to fish for more information. So always shred documentations. And we at the Better Business Bureau, we do these Secure Your ID events. It's when anybody can come in and we shred their documents on site. Just to prevent ID
and then
theft.
Number 9, put that back up there, and monitoring your credit report, where it can be done for free, and then change it. We have more on number 9 there.
Yeah,
of course, there's a lot more information on number 9 to keep in mind as far as ID theft is concerned. Avoid emails or calls from fake organizations, I guess. We talked about that a little bit. Somebody calls up and says, hey, we're from the IRS or the police department or your bank.
Yeah.
You probably should not believe that.
Give them any personal information. Hang up the phone, call your bank directly, call the IRS directly, and just double check to see if it is that they really called you. And as far as the monitor your credit report, everyone is entitled to a free credit report a year. One time a year, you're allowed one, and you can get that at annualcreditreport.com.
So if they say, this is Wells Fargo Bank calling for John Mallos, or this is Bank of the West calling for John, don't take it for granted that it's going to be them. Hang up and call back and see if they called you.
Yes. Most of the time they will not contact you. There may be rare occasions, but once they start asking for your social security number over the phone, absolutely not.
Okay. And the final point is number 10, what you can do if your identity theft, the identity has been stolen from you in your identity theft, a victim of this type of crime. What are you supposed to do? Well, the points are pretty much up there on the screen. You file a police report, notify all 3 credit bureaus, place fraud alerts, and a freeze on your account. Are these easy things to do, or do they take time, and are they difficult?
As you can assume, that it's once you become a victim of identity theft, it's not going to be easy. It takes time. It's a lot of headache.
Effort.
Yeah, but first thing you want to start is with a police report, obviously, because when you be contacting your credit card companies, they will want to know if you filed a police report. Contacting all 3 bureaus and letting them know what's happening, just so they can put a fraud alert on your account. And you can also ask for a freeze, which means nobody can look up your credit report while a freeze is there until you take it off. But be careful. You want to make sure you know fees associated with that and how long it will take for the freeze to be taken off if you wish to do so.
Okay, we are talking with Gabby and Lilia from the Better Business Bureau. We're going to be joined on the telephone now from Atlanta in just a few minutes after the break. She's written this book, Who is the Real Man Behind the Screen? It's about all the scams, about the online dating services. We're back with our program, a special edition of Connect With Me on Christmas Eve. Back in just a moment.
Ladies' Night was started in his honor. Bar stools pulled themselves out for him. The only thing Chuck Norris is afraid of is her. Cheers is the most memorable bar in the world. You may not always watch comedy, but when you do, watch Cheers.
MeTV Fresno, channel 43.6 and Xfinity 187.
Must-watch news channel in Europe.
It's almost time.
Now we'll find out once and for all about Clark Kent, Superman.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a TV show.
Yes, but who is he? What's his name?
He's Superman.
Golly, Clark, won't that be wonderful seeing Superman?
Fighting a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and television the MeTV way.
No one can do the things that Superman does.
The adventures of Superman.
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
From a top-secret location, it's the spies who love me, bringing together MeTV's top super spies to fight evil at a memorable moment's notice. They're daring.
That's right.
Brave.
Now what are we gonna do?
The best we can.
Suave.
Does that apply to me, Oscar?
Possibly.
And smart.
The old finger in the gun trick.
Maxwell Smart.
MeTV Fresno, channel 43.6 and Xfinity 187.
Back here on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno on this Christmas Eve. Hope you're having a happy holiday season. In the last 40 minutes, we've been talking to Gabby and Lilia from the Fresno Better Business Bureau, talking about how to keep scammers at bay and keep them at arm's length. What we haven't talked about yet, and we will talk about in the next few minutes here, is how to avoid those online scammers like the online dating services. With us on the telephone right now is Diana L. Guerin. She is talking to us from Atlanta, Georgia. She has written a book, and the book is called Who is the Real Man Behind the Screen? And there is the book right there. It's on sale, I believe, on Amazon.com. Diana, are you there?
I am here, John.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, sir?
Good. Happy holidays. Hey, let's get right to it. So you wrote this book. It's called Who is the Real Man Behind the Screen? So why'd you write this book? Were you scammed? Were you the victim of a scam artist or two on the online dating services?
I was scammed. I was a victim.
Okay, tell us about it real quick. What happened?
Well, you know, number one, I wasn't familiar with online dating. I wasn't familiar with scammers on online dating. And, you know, they look for your vulnerabilities, and I'm a romantic, and he romanced me. And then he traveled and got in trouble and needed $3,500. I'm a very intelligent woman. I own my own business. I'm a professional speaker. And for the past 14 years, I've worked with certified fraud examiners, prior law enforcement, FBI, CIA, attorneys, and they never talked about dating fraud.
Yeah.
So, however, when he got in trouble, he said he was traveling to China, which he said he lived in California, by the way, in San Diego, and he had a job to do in China. And when he went across the border, they found tools in his suitcase, and that's a no-no. And he had to pay $3,500 or go to jail. So I called one of my clients who does counter-espionage and who travels into China, and I asked him, I said, you know, is this accurate? Is this story accurate? He said, absolutely. And if he doesn't pay the money, he will go to jail. So I lent him the money. So I thought. And a couple of days later, he then asked me for $11,000, and then the stories got crazy, and he never got more than $3,500 from me. He got me once, but you won't get me twice.
So basically, Diana. So we have limited time here. So let me ask you. So basically, you were looking for love, and you got scammed.
Correct.
Okay. So. What's the book about? What do you talk about in the book?
John, the book, as you have it there, it's huge. It's 798 pages.
Wow.
What we cover in the book, number one, is how this happens. And there's a lack of education out there. And I did not have education about this. If I would have known the red flags or been educated of what to look for, I would have never been scammed. And just for your viewers to know, the target age that these scammers look for are between 42 and 70. Yeah. Because they're not looking for love, they're looking for money.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And specifically, they are looking for men and women who are divorced or widowed. So that's, you know, and I was right in that target area. I call it molestation for money because it's the same grooming process as a child molester. They first build the trust, they get you to love them, and then they ask for the money.
Yeah.
If you come across a professional, and all of this is in the book, if you come across a professional, they will use fake websites, children, sick children. They use SIM cards from the U.S., they use hypnotism to gain money from people.
Right, okay.
They use what's called a voice changer to change their voice. There's over 96 flags in the book, John. Once I got scammed, I did a forensics investigation, and I then was in contact with 26 scammers.
Wow.
6 of the stories are in the book, and what I did is I pretended to be looking for love, and I would take them all the way until they would ask me for the money so that I could get their story.
Okay, Diana,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, what was that, John?
No, we're kind of short on time, so I want to get to our two guests here to talk about this, and we'll tell our viewers how to get in contact with you. We'll put up a telephone number. You're going to stay on the line, though. You're not going anywhere. There is your telephone number up on the screen. It's 678 area code 583-0401, and your email address diana@dlgarin.com. So I want to get to my guest here real quick. Gabby, Lilia, what do you make of this online dating stuff?
It's real. It's real, obviously, and it's very common. We get a lot of phone calls of people who might be getting themselves into an online dating, whether they're going to start, making that purchase, giving them the credit card information so that they can start doing the online dating. And just like Diana said, they use your emotions, they use your heart to scam you.
Lilia, how many complaints do you get at the Better Business Bureau about people calling in and say, hey, I've been scammed by some dating site, somebody that I met on one of these sites?
Because they weren't scammed by the website itself, by the company, but by an individual. We are not allowed to take those complaints because we deal with marketplace disputes, but we do refer them to FTC.
But do you get a lot of calls?
We get quite a few, absolutely. I think people understand that first of all, people are ashamed. They usually don't want to admit that.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to talk about this. So it happens to everyone, and as soon as you get scammed, you gotta let know.
I want to make sure Diana's still on the line. You're still there, right, Diana?
I am.
Okay, I do want to take a break. We got to take a commercial break, so we're going to come back with Diana L. Garin. She's written this book, Who is the Real Man Behind the Screen? Excuse me, and also Gabby and Lilia are here from the Fresno Better Business Bureau. We're going to continue on Connect with Me here on Christmas Eve in just a moment.
Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
All right, back here on the program, and we'll take the wide shot here. You can see in the studio we have Gabriela Mendoza, Lilia Rudon from the Fresno Better Business Bureau, and on the line is Diana L. Garin. She's calling us from Atlanta, Georgia on this Christmas Eve, a tape program. Who is the real man behind the screen? There's Diana there. You can see her picture, and you can see the book. We'll change that so you can see the book. Okay, here's the book right here, and it will take a full screen graphic of that book. Diana, let me ask you a question. I know you're still there. How in the world, I mean, you're an intelligent person, you own your own business, you're highly educated. How did you get duped?
Well, John, it's very easy, is that it's a heart issue. It has nothing to do with education. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's a lack of knowledge about the scamming world, and it's a heart issue. Once they get to your heart, they will get your money. I guarantee you that.
What was going through your mind when this gentleman asked you for $3,500? I mean, did you even hesitate for 1 second? Didn't the thought go through your mind, should I really be doing this?
Well, of course it did, John, and that's why I called one of my investigators who does counter-espionage and asked him if this would be true.
Yeah.
And even on my way to the bank, I'm going, should I be doing this? But I did it anyway. And that's how it happens for most people. They will question it, but they will still send it. I don't understand the phenomena of that, but that is how it goes, John.
Okay. We're going to continue talking to you, Diane. Let's put her phone number and email up on the screen. So if you can, Diana, within 30 seconds, because we can't go over this whole book. It's more than 700 pages here on the program in just a few minutes. Give us, say, 3 key red flags. 3 key red flags in 30 seconds.
Okay, I would like to do the red flags that you will find in their profile so that you never even talk to them, okay?
Okay, real quick, yeah.
Number one is they're usually looking for a man or a woman between the ages of 40 and 70.
Gotcha.
Number 2, If it's a man trying to scam a female, they will say they're an engineer or a contractor or something having to do with traveling.
Okay. And number 3?
And number 3, they will usually be widowed or divorced. Now, a lot of people are widowed or divorced on the site, but look and see if all 3 of those things are there. And then when you read their profile, look and see if there are lowercase i's. A lot of times they will not capitalize their i's.
Oh.
And sometimes they talk in their profile, and other times they copy and paste from other people's profiles.
Okay.
So some places you will see capital I's and some places lowercase i's.
All right.
Bingo, huge red flag.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to ask Diana or talk about? Anything you want to expand on as far as what she has explained to the best of her ability about online dating scammers?
I just think I gotta commend her for doing this, because a lot of people don't want to talk about this, and if people don't speak out, other people will not be aware of this types of scams. And she hit right on point. That's exactly what our research has shown. They will be in that specific age group or looking for that specific age group. They usually use kids as well if they have kids between 5 and 12. They will always travel. Their work requires them to travel overseas, or they're in military stationed overseas. Look for inconsistencies in their profiles, such as they say they have a higher education, however, the way they write emails is very illiterate, and they have a lot of grammar and incorrect sentences.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this question first, then I'll ask Diana. Only a few minutes left here. Is it men trying to scam women on these dating sites, or is it the other way around?
It's actually both. And sometimes it's not even men. It's not an actual man or an actual woman behind the screen or behind the phone. The spoofing mechanisms, they can change the voices. So it could be a woman pretending to be a man. So we can't even pinpoint that.
Diana talked about this. So Diana, are men trying to scam women, or is it the other way around predominantly?
John, it's both, but what I have learned is there's a lot more men being scammed than women. However, what they don't realize is it's not even a woman behind the screen that they're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
It's another man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, men are the same way as women. They're looking for love. And when you go on a dating site, you're looking to see if you're compatible with somebody when you're chatting with them. You're not automatically saying, is this a scammer? However, that needs to change. You first need to identify, is this a real person or a scammer, before you ever say, am I compatible with that person?
Well, how about meeting in person to see if this person even exists or if they're real, like meeting at Starbucks or whatever the case may be? Isn't that a good starting point?
That's a fabulous starting point, John. You know, because I travel all over the country speaking, it didn't matter to me where they lived. I mean, I travel, so...
Right.
And I love California, and San Diego is my favorite city, so... And that's the other thing, and this is going to sound bizarre, but it's true, is that the victim actually helps the scammer portray the scam, you know, put the scam through all the way through, for the simple fact of, when you meet somebody, you start thinking, can this work? What would it be like?
Yeah.
So you get involved in the relationship just by thinking, can this work?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that person compatible? What would my life be like?
Right. But not everybody...
Before you start thinking...
Not everybody travels like you do, so a good starting point maybe would be to meet that person first and see what they're like. Wouldn't that be good advice?
John, that would be good advice. However, since I have been online chatting with people from all over the world about these scams, there's more scams happening in person, from somebody in person. You might meet them online, but they're actually a scammer who's going to scam you in person.
Okay, we have 30 seconds left. Where can they buy the book? I don't want to run out of time here, so maybe give it to me in 15 seconds. Where can they buy your book, Diana?
Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble. They can also buy the e-version, either Kindle or the Nook.
Okay, that's great. We're out of time. Diana, thank you so much for calling, and thank you for the insight and all the tips that you gave our viewers. I really appreciate it, and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. Everybody be safe. And if you have been scammed, I'd love to hear your stories.
Right. We put your telephone number up on the screen. You can call Diana. Thanks to Diana Elgarin and Gabriela Mendoza and Lilia Rudon here from the Better Business Bureau. Thank you very much. And tell our friend Blair Looney that we said hello. And we hope you have a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, everybody. You've been watching Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno. See you next time. Have a good one.
I want to discuss the